Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Emperor Habaneroll. No, that is not a typo on your screen. That is the name of this car. This is the Habaneroll, and its name will become readily evident as to why it's called that in just a moment. We are not in GTA Online. I'll explain what just happened there in just a second. We are actually on the Project Homecoming 5M server. And within that, there we go. There's where its name comes from. Within the Project Homecoming server, there is a meme category of vehicles. And, well, for the next few weeks, we're going to test a few of them in Will It Off-Road. I got everybody to download and install 5M, and we had a lot of fun on our very first expedition of the Vainglorious kind of invading Project Homecoming's testing server. I never really remembered to ask permission, so if anybody from Project Homecoming's watching, hi! I hope you don't mind that we used your testing server like this. Nobody seemed to care. In fact, that guy that was kind of blocking the path earlier, never seen him before. He was just kind of on the server and just started hanging out with us. Never really said anything to us. He kind of figured out what we were doing and everything. He was in the way a little bit when we first started, but meh, it's fine. We had a lot of fun, you know, just having an extra friend tagging along for our first outing for Will It Off-Road on the Project Homecoming server. And I have to say, it did go really well. I mean, the server is really well put together. It's easy to use. It's easy to get into. The cars are easy to select. I mean, it's all very simple. Way easier than GTA Online because you don't have to buy anything. You just spawn what you want. You want to change cars? Spawn it. Of course, I'm doing all the testing, so I have to... There it goes again. I have to stay in the same vehicle. What's really funny about the Habaneroll is I didn't really start struggling with it until, you know, that very first turn and then just now. And if you go back and watch, a lot of the corners that I go around, the trail is leaning in the opposite direction that the Habaneroll wants to try to roll. So it kind of countered a lot of it. So for a lot of it, it was just like driving a regular Habanero. Still, though, this thing, if you don't know, you know, in GTA Online, the Habanero tends to roll over pretty easy. So, of course, as a mean vehicle, whoever did the handling for this car just exaggerated that tendency, you know, to probably a whole order of magnitude higher. Because it just rolls over super easy. The faster you're going, the easier it is to roll. So if you slow way, way down before you take a corner, it's less likely to roll. Of course, if you've seen any of Bruffy's random alls and random pains and things like that, where they do some fun races on the regular Project Homecoming server, you've probably seen the Habaneroll several times. Pardon my sniffles. My allergies are in full effect as usual. You know, what are you going to do? I have a dog and I have a cat, and I'm allergic to dogs and cats. Plus, it's autumn. There it goes again. You know, with all kinds of new wonderful things to be allergic to. But hey, you know what? It's been a slow run, but the Habaneroll has finally made it up in 3 minutes, 48, almost 49 seconds. Will it off-road? Yeah, but don't. I mean, seriously, you don't want to take this thing off-road. And you're going to see why in just a moment. Yeah, while the ascent was slow but fairly easy. Oh my god, I couldn't... I forgot about this. When I edit these, I don't like watch all the little details. I just kind of find where I need to cut the video apart. And then I render it out to do a voiceover. So a lot of times I've forgotten what has happened. But yeah, definitely struggling now because of that start. This hobo in his transit van. Because again, oh, it was just such a painful start to the controlled descent. And sadly, it is a harbinger of things to come. Yeah, just get ready. This thing was something else. But we did have a lot of fun, and you can hear all of our Discord banner, as well as getting to see a longer version of the video. Well, there goes somebody. Let's spin in the perennial, I think it's called. It's a super fast minivan. But you can hear all our Discord banner, as well as see some of the outtakes and stuff that I cut out of the public version of the video, just for runtime and to keep them all consistent. It's not like I'm hiding anything from anybody. It's just I have a very set production style for Will It Offroad. But you can see all that stuff and hear all of our fun that we were having by becoming a channel supporter. By either making a monthly pledge over on patreon.com/Vainglorious or becoming a subscriber on Twitch. Prime and gift subs do work for that as well. Oh my god, this thing is upside down. Can't get it to flip back over. Or you can click that become a member button right here on YouTube and become a member. All three of those, if you're a member of the Vainglorious Discord server and have your respective service linked to your Discord profile, will grant you access to the Vainglorious Supporters role, which gives you access to a special channel where I post the links to the behind-the-scenes versions of these videos. And, yeah, Habaneroll, I thought I could save it. I really thought I could save it. Sadly, the rolling tendency, once it starts rolling, because of the speed, is just exaggerated. Plus, it has not the best brakes, so I couldn't save this. So we're kind of doing what we refer to in Will It Offroad as a premature damage descent. We didn't mean to do it. It wasn't supposed to happen right now. We prematurely are damaging the car. While Lifeless and I there were, I don't know, that just looks very suggestive, but I'm going to ignore that. I cannot get this thing on its wheels. I think he's trying to stop me, but it's not helping. Because, like, as soon as I get it on its wheels and I start trying to drive, it wants to roll again. And here, you kind of need speed to climb the side of a hill, but I can't do that because then it's going to want to start rolling over. Because there we go, it's on an incline. I wasn't even steering, it's just because of the incline. As soon as I got to that speed, down I went. Again, I think he's trying to stop me, but there's no hope. This is just... I'm gonna go... Yeah, I'm not. We're at the bottom of the mountain. So this was a failed controlled descent. Therefore, we're going to have to call it a DNF. There's no way around it. It's a DNF on the controlled descent. So there we go. But that means we can take it back up the mountain. That's right, I drove it back up the mountain, where we fling it off the side to see what else we can do to it. At this point, there's no more body parts left to fall off. Everything's broken that can be broken. So there's the F6 2000. There's a lot of vehicles that you're going to be like, what are these? I've never seen these in GTA Online. They're just... Project Homecoming has something like 700-800 vehicles. A lot more than are available in just regular GTA Online. You'll also notice little details like animals and extra boulders and different things happening in traffic that you don't see in GTA Online. Maybe even other additional props. Simply because 5M uses basically story mode version of the game to create online servers instead of using the GTA Online version of the game, which has less props, doesn't have animal life, things like that. So you see a lot of different types of stuff in 5M servers that you don't see in GTA Online. But the cool thing is, because they're, hosted servers, people can add things to them. So therefore you have, the monster limo that Sven is in, and the F6 2000 that went by, and the transit van the Hobo's driving, the Habaneroll that I'm in. It's just all a lot of fun. By the way, make sure you're playing Will It Offroad Bingo, because Prime delivery coming through. Ooh, and a bad engine rattle. Oof. Man, this thing's sounding rough all of a sudden. Make sure you're playing What Off-Road Bingo. The link is in the description down below. And also down in the description is a link to the spreadsheet of the performance for all Will It Off-Road vehicles. I'm not going to be putting the Project Homecoming cars in the regular list. Not by class and not by overall, just because they're not part of GTA Online. So they're going to have their own separate little tab of just Project Homecoming mean vehicles. I don't know why I thought I could get with the woodpile in this thing. It's trash. I think it's backfired once or twice on me. It's definitely down on power. But we're down 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Habaneroll. All the lights, windows, doors, both bumpers, fenders, hood and trunk are gone. It's just all gone. Everything. I should just put everything. There's severe engine damage, severe body damage, and there's bent wheels. There is the support vehicles that we had, including our guest, the Dove. Again, it was fun having him along. I have no idea if he knows about Will It Off-Road, but we're on our next vehicle. One I've been looking forward to so much. The Dundreary Regina 6x6. God, just listen to that engine sound. It sounds so good. It just sounds like the Frankenstein. Sounds just like it. It sounds so good. And as you're about to see, unlike the regular Regina, definitely not a slouch on the mountain. By the way, I was mentioning the spreadsheet. If I were to have listed the Habaneroll on our regular Will It Off-Road spreadsheet, it would have been last place in SUVs, 3 seconds slower than a Dubsta 2. So, yeah, not so good. I don't know where the Regina would fit. I don't know if it's technically an off-roads class. I think that's where it is in Project Homecoming, is an off-roads. Whereas, the Regina and GTA Online's in sedans, I think? I'm not 100% certain on that. There's a little bit of tire clipping happening, but, I can forgive this for being a, player-made creation. Though, I don't want to in any way diminish the quality of work that the community that has made these cars has done. They're all very well put together. Little minor things like tires clipping through a hood aren't a big deal. I mean, Rockstar, multi-billion-dollar game developer, can't even get that right, so I'm not going to complain if, some volunteer people have their models slightly off. And in a lot of cases, the models of the game, or the cars you find on 5M servers, ooh, God, I almost smoked there, are way, way better than anything Rockstar does. So, yeah. Which makes for a very enjoyable time, especially when everything's lore-friendly. So all the brands are right, all the liveries are right, everything's right for GTA 5 and just the GTA universe as a whole, or the 3D universe at least. It just all fits, and that makes it really enjoyable, and they do a good job of honoring that, like a very good job. So hats off to everybody who's involved in the creation of these vehicles. I know some of them come from the guys on Project Homecoming, some of them come from Vanilla Works. If you don't know what any of that stuff is, well, start Googling. You'll figure it out. I'm not here to do tutorials on 5M. I'm just here to have a lot of fun with it. We're up with the Regina 6x6. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So will it off-road? Oh, hell yes. This thing did so good. Like, seriously, compared to the regular Regina, first of all, that is 2 minutes 50 seconds faster than a regular Regina up the mountain. No big surprise. If this were in GTA Online, it would be 9th in off-roads, I believe, is what I've got written here. Yeah, just behind the Yosemite Rancher by 2 seconds, and faster than the Hellion by 1 second. So, in pretty good company. A little iffy on the brakes coming down. I wasn't really sure what I had there. Oh, there, J-Bo's is having a grand old time. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm really not. One of the things we have to be very careful of on Project Homecoming is the lag. Server lag is real. When I say it's real bad. Especially when we're dealing with people, we've got Jabos in the UK, we've got Sven being Dutch, we've got people spread out all over the United States, and because of that, we have a lot of lag between each other, way more than you would see in GTA Online. It's just the nature of the server-client relationship. Everybody's ping does weird things to synchronization issues. But because of that, we have to be careful of where each other are. Because the whole not on my screen becomes an even bigger issue. You might be, several car lengths away from someone, but yet on their screen because of the lag bubble you've hit them. So we have to be careful with that. So that may have been what happened to J-Bos. He may have gotten a lag hit from somebody. He's got a lot of momentum there. Speaking of momentum, I opened it up wide right there and kind of paid the price. And did it again and overshot my turn. This thing, though, is a beast. I absolutely love it. I wish we had more just insane off-road vehicles like this. Just silly, nonsensical stuff in GTA Online. Because, let's face it, a six-wheel drive family truckster, basically, in a station wagon. Kinda. Definitely not a common vehicle. Probably something we never see in GTA Online, but I wish we had it. I really do. These type of things are just dumb fun. We're down 2 minutes, 34 seconds. We're going to go back to the top of Mt Chiliad, fling it off the side, and see what type of damage the Regina 6x6 takes. Very beautiful first landing. The suspension just absorbed that hit. Sadly, couldn't absorb the hit on the bumper. Still, though, doing all right, you gotta admit. I don't know who's who in what cars, because everybody kept changing cars between the different ascents and descents and all that, because there's just so much new stuff to play with. And honestly, we're probably only going to get in about 6 weeks of Project Homecoming World Offroad, because Rockstar announced that there's some sort of DLC coming later this year. So that means probably mid-December. We started Project Homecoming World Offroad in late October. So, yeah, we're probably going to get 6, maybe 7 weeks before we're back in GTA Online testing DLC cars again. So, these are all going to be different seasons. Last season of World Offroad was LS Tutors. This is going to be Project Homecoming Season 1. I'm sure we will go back to Project Homecoming again in the future. And then the next season, later this year, will be whatever the DLC is. So it kind of makes it nice to not just have to number them sequentially. This is World Offroad number 152. Actually, this should actually make like 116. Look at that air! Holy cow! We do have a bit of engine damage, so I heard some rattling when we were in the air. We're down 1 minute, 33 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Regina 6x6. Headlights, taillights gone. Most of the windows are gone. The hood and the trunk missing. The doors won't close. The front bumper is missing. The right front fender is gone. It has significant body damage. And it has bent wheels. Yes, that was a bus. Yeah, you're seeing that right. You're seeing all of it right. And that's, yep, just a wheel and then just another wheel. Those are actual drivable vehicles on Project Homecoming. Anyways, that's going to do it for this first Project Homecoming Will It Offroad. Thank you to the Project Homecoming people for having the server there, for having the testing server in existence where we can just mess about. We had so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.